Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a quick class or school site. The first thing you want to do is navigate to Google Sites. You can either find it in the top nav bar or you can go to sites.google.com. Once you've gotten to this page, you're going to click on Create. It's going to give you the option to either use a template or go with the blank one. The best to do is go with the blank template. The next thing we're going to do is name our site. So we can go ahead and name it. I'm going to call this class page. And this is probably already taken, so I'm going to call it class page Megara. This part right here is the URL that you're going to use to navigate to your page. So you want to make sure that this is something unique. It will tell you if that URL is already taken. The name of your site doesn't have to match this URL. You can then select a theme. That's the type of background or template that it's going to use in terms of the aesthetics, not necessarily what pages or content's on it. So you can pick a theme. We're just going to stick with the basic theme. And you have other options, but for right now we're just going to stay basic just to get you started. I have to put in the information, and then I can go ahead and click Create. Now that my page is created, I can go ahead and edit the content. A few buttons that you need to know is this right here is your edit page. So you click here to edit anything that's on the page that you are currently located. This button allows you to create new pages, and more are all the other site options. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I have all the pages I want created. This is my home page, so you'll have to decide what content you want here. For example, will you have announcements or newsletters, etc. When you create a new page, you have to name it, so I'm going to call this homework, and then you have to decide what kind of page you want. There are 4 different types of pages. A web page is simply a blank page on which you can insert text or different gadgets, like pictures, movies, Google Forms, Google Docs, a calendar, or anything else. Announcements is almost like a blog roll, so what it allows you to do is have updates such as a newsletter or word of the week, and what happens is each time you create a new post, the older posts are pushed below it. So on that would be a scrolling roll of all the announcements that you have. The announcements can have pictures embedded into them, other information or multimedia. You can edit the fonts or the color or the size. So that would be good for announcing word of the week or updates for your school, homework, things like that. File cabinet is exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to add files or links onto a page that can be put into folders. And lists is just that. You can create different lists with different column headers. That would be good for a web link list or a list of books that you want someone to read, or maybe a list of assignments for the year. So for homework, the best thing to do would be announcements. Always put things at the top level. It just makes things easier. You can put them under different pages later when you get more advanced, but for right now, let's stick with top level. I click Create. It immediately takes me to the page and allows me to edit it. So for new post, for an announcement page, I would just click New Post, and I can go ahead and edit it. So I can say Homework Monday, and I can type in the homework, write 3 paragraphs. I can also, like I said, mess with the font. I can change colors. I can modify it. I can even insert images in a spreadsheet. Once I hit save and I go back to that homework page, you'll see it now shows up as a post. If I click another post and I call this homework for Tuesday, it'll appear above the previous post. Save it and I go back to that page and you can see it's updated. Now the way that a Google site works is when you initially create the site, unless you change your preferences for the sidebar or horizontal navigation, anytime you create a new page, it will show up on this navigation bar on the left. It makes it easy. However, if you want to change it, you can go to More, and you can go to Manage Site, and then on the side you have the options to change the site layout right here. I can choose to get rid of the sidebar if I don't want it at all, or I can edit what's on there. So I can edit this by updating what's showing here, what the title is. I can add a sidebar item. I can add a picture, for example, if I want to link to like an exit ticket or something like that. So if I show you my class page, here's my class page, and you can see I have all of these links off to the side. The way I created them was I came here and I clicked on Add a Sidebar Item, and I went to Image. Oh, let's see if we can find it. Oh, you know what? I think we can just do text. And I click Edit, and I can call this Exit Ticket. And then I just inserted an image. Now what I had done was I had opened up a program like Keynote or Pages, and I had created a button. So the way that I did that was I just opened up a blank Keynote, and I put in a text box, and I called it Exit Ticket. And then I was able to modify it. So I took that text box and perhaps I made it into a rectangle, and I decided to fill it with a blue, and I wanted to put a line behind it like that. And then I just took a screenshot. If I'm on a Mac, it's Command-Shift-4. If you're on a PC, there are different ways to do that. And I took the picture of it. And now when I come back here, I can go to Insert, Image, and I can find that screenshot that I just created. And now that button's there. I can highlight it and I can change where it moves to. So instead of coming here, I can make it go to a specific page. I don't have an exit ticket page. I can go to Create New Page, and I can call it Exit Ticket. And now, when they click on that, it will take them to the exit ticket. I also have the option to have them open a new window when they click on that if I want them to keep the original window open. So I can click OK and save. When I go back to my page, you'll see I have that little button there. So I can click on it, and it will now take me to the exit ticket page. Now to embed an exit ticket in there, I would click on that. Let me do that a little slower. I would click on that Edit Page button, and then I can go to Insert, and I would insert a form. And so you need to have created a Google form already. I have a video on that if you need help with that, and you can just let me know, and I'll send that to you. I can click on Mood Check-in, and then you can see that I have the form right here. So again, I always click on the title to go back to the home. I have a button here now. I can click on that, and that takes me to the form that I created. If I click back on home, I can see there's nothing here. If I want to add something, I would just click on the pencil. I can insert anything. I can insert a calendar, a form, an exit ticket, a spreadsheet. I can even insert a Google document. I can insert a lesson plan document, for example. And when I hit save, now on the home screen I have my lesson plan template. So the best thing for you to do is just play around with this. The only other thing you might want to know is how to get rid of the sidebar if you don't want it. Again, you click on More, Manage Site. If you go to Site Layout, and then you click on Change Site Layout, you have the option to get rid of the sidebar. If you want to, you can add a horizontal navigation bar, which is like tabs at the top. If you do that, then you can have the choice to edit your horizontal nav content, and I can add pages to show up there. I can only add them one at a time. So I click Add Page, then I add on the buttons. And if I want to get rid of a button, for example, I have home twice, I highlight it and click X. I can have it show up as boxes, tabs, or links. I'll pick tabs. Once I hit save, you'll see that the sidebar is now gone because I got rid of it, and now I have tabs at the top. I can have both if I want to, so I can go back to Manage Site, and I can click on Site Layout, and I can click on Change Site Layout and bring the sidebar back. Save. And when I go back, you can see now I'll have the sidebar and tabs. So that's just some quick information about how to get your site started. For any other questions, please email me at jmagera@cps.edu. Thank you. Bye.